to the channel. It's the guy Jerome. Nice to see ya. Thank you for coming to this video and thank you for possibly subscribing. This is what we do here on this channel. We have fun and we rock out. Yeah. No, I'm playing. Anyways, guys, listen, thank you for coming to the video. Today, we got a really interesting video to talk about. First and foremost, let me thank everybody that's been subscribing, liking, commenting, all of that good stuff. We are currently at 171 subscribers. It means the world to me that all of y'all are taking the time out to subscribe and comment and view and all of that good stuff. Make sure you share these videos with your friends and all of that good stuff. Really, truly appreciate it. My current subscriber goal is 500. Okay, now I have come across a video that I wanted to kind of do a reaction to, because it reminded me of a certain point in gaming YouTube, or when I like started watching a lot of like gaming footage. See, I started like really deep diving into like gaming news around, I want to say like 2015, right? And as you know, Spider-Man game was announced in the E3 of 2016, the first Spider-Man game. So after that, you know, we have a creator named Evan Filarka. Evan Filarka created the Spidey Squad and all of that, and he was pretty much your go-to news for anything related to Spider-Man. You know what I'm saying? Like he definitely does a good job. Like he definitely does a good job with his gaming news and things like that. But then you also have another creator that was really excited for the game. His name is the Amazing Lucas. And if you know where I'm going here, they had like this beef. Like they had like a small YouTube beef. And when I tell you, this is one of the most funniest things I've ever seen in YouTube, in the time that I was watching YouTube, because I'm just like, bro, I know we not beefing over a Spider-Man. It was basically over the Spider-Man community that Evan Filarka made, and I think the Amazing Lucas felt like he was trying too hard to be a people pleaser when there were certain things going on in the community that end up being really bad or whatever. But it was just, to me, it was just funny. They was going back and forth. They had their little back and forth. So if you was around that time, in the YouTube space around that time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But I came across another video by the Amazing Lucas, or it's on his second channel, AmazingAnimation, and he is reacting to a video that Caboose put out. Now, if you know who Caboose is, he's pretty much kind of like Evan Filarka in the same sense. It's like he's just like this super over positive gaming YouTuber, and I think, you know, he definitely, it's his job. You know what I'm saying? This is like, I think this is his full-time job. I'm pretty sure. He gets a lot of views. He gets flown out places. He gets free gifts and things like that. So YouTube is his job. So I understand why he's always trying to hype, because he is essentially, he is a form of marketing for the game. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. Or for these games. You know what I'm saying? He incentivizes to be overwhelmingly positive about these games, because it is literally, I think, it's kind of his job to do so. I'm not saying that he can't give negative critiques, but if he wanna keep the perks that he's getting offered, then, you know, he's gotta be this super overly hyped guy. You know what I'm saying? But I came across this video of Amazing Lucas, and I wanted to go over it with you guys and just see like if there's anything going on in this video that's gonna be funny, or if like, honestly, I'd also want to see if who makes the best argument. You know what I'm saying? Because this is one thing I will say, and I want to make this very abundantly clear. I have a video on my channel right now about Wolverine's look. The way he looks, people are upset. I personally think to be upset by the way he looks is stupid, personally, right? Now, I misspoke in my original video. I'm not trying to say that his look doesn't matter at all. Like I said in one of the comments, if they casted like Tom Holland or somebody really skinny and small and scrawny and just, well, Tom Holland's not skinny, but just someone that just completely doesn't fit the build and the look at all, then I would understand, right? But this guy, Liam McIntyre, I mean, he was in the show Spartacus, for crying out loud. I mean, he has the build, he has to me, he has the look. I mean, he looks cleaner than Hugh Jackman, but he's not Hugh Jackman. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you just give it a chance, you can get past the face. You can get past that. My big thing is gameplay and story. Those are what I play video games for. I don't know about you guys, but I really don't play video games for character models. I don't care about character models. Now, there are people that do care, and you are 100% valid for your reasoning. The thing is, though, if you are gonna buy the game, then I would just shut up, because it makes no sense to argue if it's not gonna change. You know what I'm saying? I do not believe that they're gonna change the voice actor and character model for Wolverine. I know they did it with Spider-Man, and they gave their reasons for whatever, whether you like it or not, they gave their reasons. I just think that they've learned from that, and I think they're sticking with Liam McIntyre. That's just my personal thought. They can change it, whatever. But I think everyone should focus on gameplay and story. If those two things do not align with you, then I feel like that is 100% valid to not like this game. If you don't like it, I get it. I get it. But also on that same note, if you don't like it, and you buy it, then what are you really doing? You know what I'm saying? It's like you giving your money to somebody that you don't support. Why are you supporting something that you don't agree with? You know what I'm saying? So I know people are upset with the whole notion, if you don't like it, don't buy it. But it's true, because your only voice as a consumer is your money. So if you don't like it, do not give them your money and show them that you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, I want to see who's making a better argument here, Amazing Lucas or Caboose. Like I said, minus the face thing, anything else I'm open to understand. So we're gonna see what's going on with this. I got it queued up right now, and let's start.
What's up, guys? Today we're gonna be going over a video that you guys wanted me to check out. It was a video by this dude called Caboose, and it's in response to all the criticism that the Wolverine game has been receiving. Now, I will say there is some criticism of the game that seems to be a bit wild, a bit crazy, but the vast...
And I don't know what he's talking about when he says that, like, because he also doesn't like the face model. So I don't know what critiques he's talking about that are wild and crazy, other than, for me, like to say the face model. That's my thing that I think is crazy, but we'll see.
The majority of the criticism, from what I've seen, is also pretty valid. Now, when it comes to people like Caboose, Caboose is very much a hype man, right? He's the person that...
He is. He definitely is.
Oh my God, whoa, did you see that? Holy moly, whoa, wow.
Yo, he's stupid, bro.
Gotham Knights, we're at the home stretch. If you can't wait to see some exclusive...
All right, so even, like, let me back it up just a tad. You could see, all right, he's talking about Gotham Knights in this video, right? He's clearly hyped for Gotham Knights. He even has the Gotham Knights hoodie on.
The home stretch. If you can't wait to see some exclusive gameplay on this channel, scroll down right now, hit that thumbs up button, share your hype with me.
That's that in an essence is who he is. Now, the technical term for someone like Caboose would be a shill.
This man is stupid. He got professional poopy butthole. This is from, what's that from? Wait, that was from, I want to say that was from Rick and Morty.
Doing is that they are trying to get you hyped to buy the game. For example, Gotham Knights. There was nothing that Gotham Knights ever showed that would have people, you know, going, oh my God, whoa, did you say whoa, oh, whoa.
So when he says this, he's 100% correct. And the reason, well, I'm not gonna say 100% correct, because that's a very subjective thing to say, but I will say that the people that I know, including myself, and I own a copy of Gotham Knights, when I seen it, I was skeptical. I was incredibly skeptical. I mean, nothing about it looked like I needed to buy it, but I did buy it. And the reason why I did buy it, because I was curious. I was curious if I was going to like it. Did I like it? It was okay. It was not a game that I would ever revisit. Ever. Like, never again. I did platinum it, because I had this weird fixation with platinum games at the time. But the game was okay. It was very subpar. Like, it didn't do anything for me. And it's okay. I bought it. I wasn't mad that I bought it, but I was just like, I could have waited for this to go on sale. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely get where he's coming when he say that.
Nothing, all right? Nothing. But not for Caboose. Caboose, who apparently has never seen a game that he doesn't like, because everything is just whoa, 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 whoa. Well, Caboose was very hyped about, you know, the gameplay that he saw.
Gotham Knights video, and today what I got for you guys here is an extremely exciting video. Not too long ago, I was brought all the way out to Montreal by WB Games. A huge thank you to them. to try out and get my hands on with this game right here.
And, you know, he gives his first impressions of the game. And he's like, oh my God, whoa, guys, Batman was there and you could feel his presence.
With that being said, though, it had my jaw to the floor to find out that Batman's presence is still very much felt in Gotham Knights. When you head to the training area, you'll come to learn that it's actually Batman himself who helps you train and learn new skills.
And it's all
Okay, so all right, let's talk about that for a minute. Okay, look. Jaw to the floor is a crazy thing to say. Like, there was nothing jaw to the floor about Batman being in the game. You know what I'm saying? It was, to me, it was more disappointing than anything because I wanted to play as Batman. I wanted to be Batman. I was under the assumption that Batman was like this hidden, left out character that you can eventually play as. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, they faked it out, a fake out. You know what I'm saying? And you get to play as him as a playable character, but clearly it was not. You know what I'm saying? But overall, there was nothing to me personally, that there was nothing jaw-dropping about this game. Nothing. To be honest, if I didn't see this video, I would have completely forgot the game existed. Probably until I maybe looked at my collection and be, oh yeah, I forgot I got this game. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, there's nothing really jaw-dropping about Gotham Knights. Nothing. I don't see, and I feel like that's a part of his job because, like he literally just said, Montreal, whoever they are, the people that made the game, they flew him out. They flew him out to play the game. So of course he's gonna be super positive about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying, like, I feel like if Amazing Lucas or Amazing Animation in this case, if he was flown out, I feel like he's the type of guy that he puts his integrity first, which is rightfully so, right? And I feel like he would be very honest about what he feels about the game. But like he says, the companies, they don't want that. They want an overwhelming amount of hype. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I feel like a company, if you're making something for the public, you should be ready to handle whether the public likes it or not. You know what I'm saying? You have to understand that not everybody is going to like what you are offering. You know what I'm saying? But on the flip side, there are people that like what you're offering, and that's all that matters. You're selling to those people. You feel me?
ways, when it comes to the negative aspects of a game, he'll very, very rarely highlight that. It's very soft, very tepid, a negative response. And that's why developers like people like Caboose. And I would argue that people like Caboose are what is wrong with the industry.
God damn. Bro, those clips is crazy.
And these shills, these corporate shills, who will, hype up anything you give them. And in response to that, they get the game for free, or they get to be flown out to the studio and they get to be shown and everything. Because for a development company, that is a safe bet. For a publisher, you want people like Caboose.
Right.
You want people that no matter what you show them,
that is true,
they're gonna highlight the good. They're gonna magnify it like it's the greatest thing since sliced bread. And we've seen this time and time again. Suicide Squad, another example. Nothing.
Oh yeah, that was oh my God.
From Rocksteady.
Oh my God, Suicide Squad, bro. I don't know. I do not know who sat down and pitched that game. I don't even know how it was even greenlit. You mean to tell me that coming off of the Batman Arkham games, right? Coming off the Batman Arkham games, you are gonna give us a group of B-list villains that are gonna unalive the Justice League, the people that we want to play as? You could have gave us a Superman game, a Flash game, even a Green Lantern game, and we would have been mad happy with that. But no, y'all gave us a Suicide Squad, kill the Justice League. That is insane. Diabolical work. I've never played the game, so I'm not going to say the game is bad. But just like I said before, I seen what they showed me, trailers, gameplay, and I decided that this is not a game for me. I don't like the concept, the story concept. Gameplay didn't look like I would enjoy the gameplay. I'm not really into shooters like that. So the two things that I look for the most in a game, it was not appealing. So I did not invest my money into it. And that's how I think that people should operate. You know what I'm saying? But let's just continue. I'm going to try my best not to continue, because this is a 24-minute video, and we're already 14 minutes in. I don't know. I'm going to try not to pause it too much.
Suicide Squad would ever have anyone going, oh, whoa, oh my God, this is so cool. Ah. But not for Caboose. Caboose, once again, he's super excited for, for the showdown. He's super excited about the gameplay and everything.
Oh, Superman looks so good.
Nah.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited.
Yo, that was fake hype for sure.
Developers, the game publishers who want someone who's going to be their yes man, who want someone who's going to say, oh, it was great, guys. You guys, oh my God, I just got exclusive gameplay. I have no problem with those people. I get it. We all have to make a living. I completely understand it. Do you? This isn't a knock at Caboose whatsoever, because there are plenty of YouTubers like that. Unfortunately, but I get it. That being said, when it comes to the Marvel Wolverine issue, I think he really exposes the problem with the industry, exposes the problem with a lot of people like this. For example, when it comes to the Sentinel boss fight, now many people were criticizing, the Sentinel boss fight. It's like, yo, what is this? This is supposed to be a AAA game, and we're still doing, a Ben 10, boss fight. This is bullcrap. Not for Caboose. Caboose, once again, is the hype guy.
Share your hype with me.
So he has
This guy's stupid.
for the game, right? Excited for the game, bro. They're gonna give me a new copy. I got flown out to play the game. Oh my God, it's so amazing. So what does Caboose do? Caboose essentially says, hey, you know what? I understand. I get it. I kind of get it why people would be, upset at this. But if you think about Wolverine Origins, that was kind of like the same thing. You were just, attacking the foot.
People obviously made some memes about the Sentinel boss fight and comparing it to like some really old Ben 10 thing. And like, yeah, you know what? Like, I think I can kind of understand where people are coming from because it's a trope, right? Like, we've seen the giant boss slamming his hand down thing in video games before. And sure, there are some people that are going to compare it to X-Men Origins Wolverine, where you fight a giant Sentinel in that game as well. And that is a fully operational Sentinel that is standing on its 2 feet. I will say, though, in that case, it's also another tropey boss fight that we've seen a lot of times before as well. Instead of just slashing at its arm that slams down, you slash at its feet.
Game came out in 2007.
I had fun. It was challenging to me.
And I don't know, I mean, like, I played the boss fight and I was enjoying
I just realized.
I was having fun.
I just realized that he made a border that says Shill Vision. I didn't even pay attention to that. That's crazy.
Pretty engaged in it.
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
And I was also taking some hits. It wasn't like a walk in the park.
What is this guy really? A car mechanic? Some kind of shill?
Once again, hype man. Once again, anything this kid says, you gotta, just take it with a massive pile of salt. That's what you have to do, because he is a hype man. He's a corporate shill for these gaming industries.
Share your hype with me.
I want you to juxtapose his response to someone like Greg Miller, who's been around for ages in the industry.
Coming back to this desk and be like, it rocked my socks because of X, Y, and Z. I just don't have that here. I enjoyed myself. I enjoyed it. I'm looking forward to playing this. Yeah. I'm just not like,
Share your hype with me.
This feels uninspired. And what I mean by that, of course, is the reference I made earlier. There's this exact fight in Astrobot where you fight that monkey that is there slamming down. You got to dodge the attacks. I remember having the same thing in Borderlands. I remember doing this in countless games of, here's this humongous thing. What, sorry?
Ratchet and Clank's another one. That
Here's this humongous thing that you have to sit here and fight, and it's going to smash, and you dodge, and then you attack when you can attack. And it never felt fun. It never felt bad. I was never frustrated, but I wasn't enjoying my time with it.
And I don't know, I mean, like, I played the boss fight and I was enjoying it. Like, I was having fun. I was pretty engaged in it.
Do you notice a difference?
Okay, real quick. I know I said I'm going to pause it too much, but I will say, to be fair, I don't know this Greg Miller guy. I've heard his name before. I don't really watch any of his content. But I don't think that these two people are in the same field. Like, obviously, Caboose's whole shtick is to be hype and to hype up games. Is it fair? I'm not even fair. Like, is it right? It just depends. It just depends on like how you view it. You know what I'm saying? If you have your own mind, I could watch a Caboose video and he could be hyped for a game that I'm not hyped for. That does not mean I'm gonna buy the game. Because I got my own mind. I know what I'm gonna like. You know what I'm saying? He's catering to the people that are already hyped for the game. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that is a problem to do that. It just creates more buzz, more hype, and just things like that. But The Greg Miller guy, he's on a different spectrum. He's on a different like lane when it comes to this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a true I'm assuming he's a journalist, a gaming journalist. So obviously he's not gonna let his biases get in the way, even though there are journalists that do have extreme levels of bias. But I will say that it's not fair to compare the two. You know what I'm saying? That's just what I'll say.
Between the two responses, and you can see how one is a shill and a hype man, and one is probably a genuine game journalist. That's what I'm talking about. Because I'll even give you some breaking news that originally that Sentinel boss fight, the prototype Sentinel boss fight, was not supposed to be in the game. They originally, early development, they exited out.
It was at the end of the VS mission, and we were working on that, but that one is cut.
We're just not doing the proto Sentinel boss fight.
And
Ooh,
it makes sense.
I didn't know that.
It doesn't do anything for the
I just found that out.
boss fight. They were not going to do that. Do you understand? Brian Horton, right? The original creative director until he left, he bounced. They weren't going to have that in the game. Now, I will say, I'm not really concerned about this because I know they are going to have a full-fledged Sentinel boss fight. I'm very interested as far as what made this new creative director put that garbage boss fight back in the game.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
With the Wolverine game in general, is that they actually had really creative and innovative ideas, you know, in the beginning half of development, right? We see this through the leaks, and I've talked about it, where they had like a system where you could damage limbs, right? It would go from green, yellow to red, and after red, the limb would be chopped off. You know, they had, when it came to the claws, it would usually right trigger, left trigger for the claws. You tap, and it'd give you a swipe, or you fully hold, and it'd give you, you know, a bigger swipe.
Right trigger for right arm, left trigger for left arm, yeah.
Right trigger for right arm, left trigger for left arm.
Oh, that would have been fire though.
For jabs, full press, for sweeps.
So there was some
that would have been fire
going on. The lunge originally was going to be similar to X-Men Wolverine Origins, right? Where you can lunge on top of someone on a building.
We're going to have a dedicated leap attack button, so it'll let you like pounce on a guy from like 12 meters away. We're also going to use leap attack for like I can look at up here and aim and leap and like stick into the wall and then start climbing.
Okay, so hold up. I got to point out a little bit of hypocrisy here. We just talked about the Sentinel boss battle and how it's the same old thing that everyone always does, the big boss thing. We've seen it in X-Men Origins, whatever the case may be. So why is it okay to copy a mechanic, the lunge mechanic from an old game, but it's not okay to use the same ideas for a boss battle? You know what I'm saying? That's kind of like being a hypocrite in a sense. You cannot be okay with one and then accept the other. You know what I'm saying? Or you can, but you just gotta accept the fact that that's hypocrisy in a sense. I don't really care. As far as like what I look for in the game is I want it to be fun. I want it to be entertaining. You know what I'm saying? There's a certain level that I'm going to have my expectations set to because I know Insomniac. I know what Insomniac is going to give me. I know they're going to give me an enjoyable comic book game experience. Is it going to be a Last of Us? Is it going to be a God of War? Probably not. Not saying that it shouldn't be, but I know I have an expectation level. You know what I'm saying? And I guess for me, that makes it easier for me to accept, like, know what I'm getting, if that makes sense. But let's continue.
Oh, what the heck this new creative lead has done to the game, because the game they were creating was going to be entirely different from what the game we have right now, it seems. But the real nail in the coffin for me is when someone brings up the criticism of regenerative clothes in the game. And what do you think? What do you think Caboose says? Well, Caboose completely hand waves it, right? He dismisses this.
The suit regenerates alongside Wolverine when you heal in this game. And this is just the most stupid, nonsensical criticism I think that a lot of people are offering for this game right now. Like, I watch this and I'm like, this is seriously the hill we want to die on?
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
So I agree. The suit regenerative thing, that to me, that doesn't matter because the same thing happens in Spider-Man. When you heal yourself and you press the up button on the D-pad to heal yourself, if you have suit damage, the suit repairs. I mean, that's just the thing. I mean, it's a video game at the end of the day. I don't really see a huge deal in that. I mean, what do you want? Like, think about it like this. If you are battling someone and you just keep getting damaged, and your suit just keeps getting damaged for the whole game. Are you saying you should never have a full suit again? Like, how do you expect to remedy getting your suit back? You know what I'm saying? There's got to be a way to get your suit back. You know what I'm saying? So it's a video game, guys. I think that part is a little dumb.
And guess what, guys? In X-Men Origins Wolverine, your suit also regenerates.
The fundamental issue in how X-Men Origins handled regenerative clothes and how, this Wolverine game handles regenerative clothes is that in X-Men Origins, there was holes and bullet holes in the clothes, right? That even though over a period of time, it would naturally regenerate because he has a heal.
Okay, I see what he's saying.
From how this Wolverine game by a AAA studio nearly 20 years later handles it. What did they do it? Because for whatever reason, they want to be lazy. What do you have to do? You have to press a QTE, a quick time event for your clothes and everything to regenerate. Can you see how one may be immersive even though the clothes are regenerative? How over a period of time you can see your clothes regenerate, okay? The bullet holes, heal up versus pressing a QTE.
I think that's subjective. That's
people could possibly.
That's subjective because the QTE has a style to it. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like it takes more energy to create QTEs than to just let it heal on its own. You know what I'm saying? But I get what he's trying to say. But then again, these are two separate developers. If they see, it's a double-edged sword because if they copied everything that X-Men Origins did, then people are gonna just say, "Oh, this is copy and paste bullcrap." But if they do their own thing, they do their own spins. Now we got issues because back in 2007 they did it like this, and I'm like, it's really hard to please everybody. You feel what I'm saying? Like it's not easy. It's not easy at all. But this is a subjective thing. Either you like it or you don't. I don't think the QTE is bad. I think it looks decent. And I don't know if it's going to be like that all the time. Because like I said, in Spider-Man, you press up to heal. So if you maybe the QTE happens when you're completely out of health and you have to do it in time or whatever the case may be to not die. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I'm not sure. I haven't played the game. But I don't think that this is a horrible, horrible thing. You know what I'm saying? But that's just my opinion.
I don't know, complain about that?
Share your hype with me.
Do you not see how that could be, valid criticism, given that a movie tie-in game 20 years ago did it better than a AAA, probably hundreds of millions of dollars invested into this game, is doing it now with the QTE? What are we talking about?
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
But then it gets even worse. Because one of the people that he thinks is, really bad, right? He's like, oh, this loser's been following me around. And he says, hey, in the Wolverine game, you had a tank top. And, once you took enough damage, the tank top didn't regenerate, okay?
There's this one loser that was like following me around from one tweet to the next, just constantly buzzing in my ear about his problems with the game. And he kept mentioning to me that in X-Men Origins Wolverine, if you wear the tank top look, after you take a certain amount of damage, the tank top doesn't come back when you heal. He's just shirtless now.
And you want to know what? You want to know what Caboose's response is to this? I'll tell you. What is a typical Shill freaking hype man response to this? Who cares, bro? Who cares? You want to see Wolverine?
This dude is crazy.
Is that what you want to see? You want to see Wolverine naked?
Like, fucking okay. Who cares? Does that really matter to you? Are you seriously, you're going to be tossing and turning at night if you play Marvel's Wolverine, you use the tank top look, and he's not shirtless by the end of it?
Don't ask questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
You're going to be like, the tank top came back. Why did the tank top come back? Like, I don't understand why this is something that people even waste their breath on and waste their time on. This just doesn't matter. It's a video game.
What is this guy?
Okay, let me let Amazing Lucas say what he got to say real quick.
You want Wolverine to just
let me get through this part.
Get the end of every single mission.
People like.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to say I disagree with Caboose on this particular point because that is called attention to detail, right? It's a cloth. I mean, don't get me wrong. The suit itself, the Wolverine costumes, those are also cloths and materials, right? But that's your main look. That's like your signature look, right? The tank top not coming back after a long period, after taking too much damage, that is called attention to detail, and I think that is actually kind of cool. Now, if you have the option to switch back and forth between the looks, and I do think because that game was kind of linear too, like after you finish the mission, you're in a different suit or you're in a different look, so it's handled a little differently with X-Men Origins Wolverine. But like, as long as there's a way to get your suit back, then it shouldn't matter, right? But I do agree that is a cool detail. I would not be mad about that. I wouldn't be mad if somebody wanted that detail in the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, and who knows? Because we do know that there is a tank top look in this game. We don't know if that's going to happen or not, because I don't think anybody has played with the tank top look. So we don't know, but we got to wait and see. But I would, when he says who cares, clearly there are people that care. And I think that's a cool attention to detail. And I feel like if it was in the game, if it was already in the game, then Caboose would be happy about it, if that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? But let's continue.
Caboose are a cancer in the industry. God damn! People like Caboose is what's everything is.
The zoom-ins is wild, bro.
In general, I want you to understand, he's simply saying, who cares? That's his argument, is essentially, who cares? We care, Caboose. Actual gamers care. Not corporate shills, not you hype man whores, actual gamers, bro. The fact that a game 20 years ago, fam, a movie tie-in game, and we all know at that time and period, movie tie-in games were garbage, whether it was Thor, whether it was Green Lantern.
Nah, that's facts.
That's why this game
is
loved by people, because it was like, yo, this is awesome. A movie tie-in game had more respect for the player and wanted to push the boundary than what we have 20 years later, okay? And your response is, who cares? Is this really what you guys care about? Is this the hill you want to die on? Fam, you're telling me a 20-year-old game set a boundary that a now 2026 game can't even meet? And your response to that is, who cares?
Who cares?
This is the fundamental flaw with people like this, is that they don't care. That is exactly the point. He doesn't care. You want to know why he doesn't care? Because he's a shill.
This thing is really heavy. But so there it is.
That's crazy.
As the Gotham Knights.
I mean, it's his job. It's his job.
What he gets is hype. That's his whole product. It's hype, 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 hype. So when you have something like this, which is clearly like, come on, this is bare minimum, bro. Bare minimum of a cool feature that was done 20 years ago. You guys can't do it now. And you have people who are trying to co-sign this slop, because that's what that is slop, and trying to say, who cares, bro? You want to see Wolverine naked.
I wouldn't call it slop.
Questions. Just consume product and then get excited for next product.
No, fam. I want y'all to do mechanics and features that was done way better in a 20-year-old game. If you can't meet the standard of a 20-year-old game, what are we doing?
But see, this is what I'm talking about. Like, so if you are okay with them using features and mechanics from a 20-year-old game, then why are you upset about them using like similar boss battles in a 20-year-old game? You know what I'm saying? Like, to me, you have to be okay with both. You have to. You can't pick and choose what they can use from 20 years ago. You know what I'm saying? If you want them to go back into that bag, you should be okay with whatever they pull out of it. You know what I'm saying? That's just the way I look at things. But I digress. Let's continue.
On here, right? Why are we making excuses for less quality? And that's what he's doing by saying, who cares? You're hand waving a feature that was done 20 years ago. Like, this is why when I'm talking about, hey, why don't we have fall damage? And you have people, you know, like these shills, Caboose and whatnot. Oh, what do we need fall damage for? You know, he's been Spider-Man for like a long time, and that's why he doesn't have fall damage. And then what happens? They add fall damage, and what do the shills do? Oh, look, they add.
That is true. That is true.
This is so cool.
That is facts.
Share your hype with me.
He's not lying about that.
This is why we need to have actual gamers in these teams, bro. Because we're not gonna get the quality that we had 20 years ago, fam. Because these modern day slop goers and combined with these shills, they don't care, bro. Because the issue is that when developers actually go above and beyond, they should get credited for that.
That's true. That's true.
Hey, Rockstar is doing perspiration, right? When they're having realistic physics, that they should get extra credit for that.
That's facts. That's facts.
It shouldn't just be hand waved as who cares? If they took the time out of their day to add perspiration, they took the time to meticulously craft an experience for the player, we should at least applaud them. We should at least take note of that and be like, wow, this is crazy. Look at the enemy AI.
But we do applaud them.
Here. Hey, look at the detail, the attention to detail.
Till this day, people are picking apart how detailed Red Dead Redemption 2 is. Till this day, people are telling you that The Last of Us Part 2 is one of the most highly detailed games they ever seen. These games do get, I think they do get applauded. I mean, in my personal opinion, I don't know anybody that doesn't applaud them. But then again, these studios are who they are for a reason. When you hear a Rockstar game is coming out, you have a level of expectation. And if it falls below that, you get the criticisms, right? But Insomniac is not them. I'm not saying that I personally love Insomniac just because of the fact that Spider-Man is my favorite character ever, right? I was not really a huge fan of them in the Ratchet and Clank days. I actually played Ratchet and Clank for the first time after beating Spider-Man. So I'm not trying to say that I've always loved Insomniac. But the 3 Spider-Man games that I've gotten from them, I adore. Those are my favorite games. I have, believe it or not, I have almost 200 hours in Spider-Man 2. There should be no reason I have 200 hours in Spider-Man 2. But the fact that I do lets you know how much I enjoy the game. You know what I'm saying? So personally, when it comes to the comic book stuff, I enjoy what they gave me. I have my nitpicks, but they're not to the point where I'm not going to buy the game. You know what I'm saying? But I know what I'm getting with Insomniac. I know I'm not getting the Last of Us experience. Would I like that? That'd be incredible. But at the same time, I have realistic expectations. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. But we'll see.
When we have, developers who go out of their way to do that, that should be applauded, bro. When we have, Red Dead Redemption, when we have
See?
Last of Us, a 1 or Part 2, and
exactly all of the games I just mentioned,
to the realistic physics, to the enemy AI calling out names. Oh my God, you killed Susie or whatever. Like,
yeah, that was fire.
That does matter,
and that goes back to say, you see,
you
see when I was talking about the attention to detail with the tank top, that's something that a studio like Naughty Dog would pay attention to. You know what I'm saying? And I know Activision did it with the X-Men Origins Wolverine, right? And I'm not saying that Insomniac is not capable of doing so. I just don't think that they focus their efforts on those smaller details. Should they? Absolutely. Will they? I don't know. My expectations is that they're not. I'm buying this game because I want an enjoyable Wolverine experience. And I solemnly believe that they will deliver that for me. You know what I'm saying? Will it be game of the year? I don't know yet. We're going to see how I feel about it when I get done with the game. But I'm genuinely excited for the game. I think the game is going to be great. It looks great. To me, it looks fantastic. I have no issues whatsoever so far based off what I've seen.
From whatever Insomniac Games is, we get into, the running section. Now, anyone who is watching a AAA game and part of this hype scene, right, this cinematic sequence is merely just running, that's a problem.
There's this section where all
come on
forward and trying to say, well, all you do is just hold up on the left thumbstick showing this video demonstration.
Come on, bro.
The bottom of it, guys, holding forward on your left thumbstick, it moves your character forward. Believe it or
not. If you're mad about that, I mean, look, I'm not gonna tell you what to be mad about and what not to be mad about, but there are plenty of games that do that. And this is where I feel like there's like some type of double standard when it comes to Insomniac games. Uncharted has done this. There's scenes where you're running and dodging in Uncharted. Like there's in Uncharted what 4? When you're on the car and you're like on the rope, you're literally just sliding left and right until you reach a certain point in the game. But everyone loves that set piece. That is a fantastic set piece. People love it. I've not heard anybody complain about it. But you're not doing anything gameplay breaking. You're going left and right and trying to climb forward on the rope. It's basically the same thing. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. That's kind of messed up too. That's messed up.
I mean, more at 7.
You're pathetic.
But if what we're doing right now is, having Caboose say, yeah, you push the stick forward, the player goes. Just being completely obtuse to the criticism of a AAA experience for a cinematic spectacle that the extent of the gameplay involved is you literally just pushing the stick forward, right? If you're gonna hand wave that, then you should probably close your mouth, bro. You should probably keep quiet and just have a little banner like you did, stick moves forward. Just have a little banner say, I'm a corporate shill. I'm
Come on, bro. My boy going crazy.
so much better by other games. And the response that people have will tell you, well, don't buy the game, or who cares? That does not help push the industry forward. That does not help innovate and create. That doesn't do anything. What you are doing is wanting the industry to die.
No, I'm not saying that. We're not saying that.
To a developer, like Insomniac Studios, why wouldn't you want them at the same levels of a Last of Us when it comes to animation? Why wouldn't you want them at the same level as a Rockstar when it comes to storytelling? This is why I'm saying it's
So the best way to put it is that it's not that you don't want them, right? That's like going to McDonald's and expecting them to be like a top steakhouse. When I go to McDonald's, I don't expect to get like Ruth Chris or Rick Irwin's. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to McDonald's for a fast food. Not saying that I don't want them to be great. They can be great if they would like to be great. But I know what I'm getting from these developers. I know what to expect. And I'm not going to say that they don't push the envelope. They push their own envelope, obviously. They do things better than their last game, but they're not doing things better than The Last of Us. To me, it's like, okay, and look at where we're at with the last. Look how Naughty Dog has not given us a new game in like almost a decade. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, when did Last of Us 2 come out? I forget. It's been a long time. We just keep getting remasters and remakes of this one game. These two games in the same, freaking franchise. But Insomniac has been able to pump out Spider-Man, Spider-Man 2, Miles Morales, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, and now we're getting Wolverine. In order to get that volume that we're getting from them, they cannot be like Naughty Dog. They cannot be like Rockstar, who releases a game every 10 years. Look how long it took for Grand Theft Auto 6 to come out. So if you want your games, if you want to be able to play them and enjoy them in a timely manner, there are caveats. There are things that they probably won't do. You know what I'm saying? And you got to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know don't get me, if it took them 8-9 years to come out with Wolverine, you know what I'm saying? Come on, bro. What are we doing in the meantime? They're feeding us good games. Are they great games? Probably not to some people. But I think personally that they're pretty good. But let's continue.
So hateful to everyone who works there. Why not push them to greatness? Isn't that their tagline? Greatness awaits. Why not push Insomniac Studios to meet that greatness? I want a really good game. I want a great game. Now, this game, it looks good, right? I have never said that the game doesn't look good. I said it looks like I've been here before. That's what the vast majority of reviewers who have played the game have said, that it's good. It's not doing anything above and beyond. It's not, completely crap. It's good.
Leaving this preview, I find myself definitively whelmed. I'm not underwhelmed. I'm not overwhelmed. I'm not, oh my God, I can't believe what I just did. I'm like, I played a Wolverine video game. It was fun, and I enjoyed the 2 hours. But it hasn't been one where its hooks are in me, and I can't wait to get back to it, and yada, yada, yada.
All I'm saying is I want above and beyond, bro. Especially like an IP. You have amazing IPs. They have amazing IPs. Wolverine, Spider-Man. Why wouldn't I want above and beyond? Why are you guys keep on settling? That's the issue. Y'all keep on settling. No, fam. Ask more. Demand more. And we see that we've gotten in the past. When it came to tricks, remember, I was the one, talking about, hey, why don't we have tricks in the game? What did they do? They added it, okay? When it fall damage, what did they do? They added it. Remember the Raimi suit, the Raimi army? They added it. So a lot of the things that have actually, it's been this.
So tricks and fall damage, that's not above and beyond. Those are quick fixes that they can add into patches and things like that. I feel like what people are mad about now, they would have to rebuild the entire game. You know what I mean? And I just don't see that happening. You know what I'm saying? The Raimi suit, I think that had to do with licensing issues. I don't know if they was able to get it, but they got it. And he's right. They fought for it. And it was people that did not want the suit. And I wouldn't say they didn't want it, but they were along the same lines as Caboose saying, well, who cares? We don't got the suit. We got all of these other suits. And he wanted the Raimi suit. He created the Raimi army. I remember that. He was going crazy. And what did they do? They gave the Raimi suit. So they are listening. But I do think that there are things that they probably cannot do without having to rebuild the whole game. You feel me? They cannot take out whole boss fights at this point in time and add new ones. They cannot change his entire, well, I'm not gonna say they can't change his face because they did it with Spider-Man, but they had to do it in the remastered version for the PS5. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that I feel like they just can't quickly jump off the porch and do now. It's kind of too late. So the game comes out in less than a month, and either you're gonna get it and enjoy it, get it and not enjoy it, or not get it at all. You know what I'm saying? So those are your 3 options when it comes to that.
This symbiotic relationship between gamers and developers that has constantly progressed, you know, the gaming industry to peaks that we never thought we'd see.
Share your hype with me.
Because gamers are like, hey, wouldn't it be cool we had this? I want this, I want that. And, you know, developers like, hey, we can actually do that. Hey, we can actually do better than that. There are some of us who actually want the industry to do better. There are some of us who don't want these massive layoffs that are impacting families.
I mean, that's true. That's true.
We don't want someone to get fired. So when you have people like Caboose and others like him who are hand-waving, you know, mediocrity, this is what happens. Eventually, you get a marathon. Eventually, you get a Suicide Squad. Eventually, you get High Guard or whatever. You get these games. You want to know why? Because you have people like Caboose going, oh my God, whoa, did you see that? Oh my God, bro, guys, oh my God, whoa. And they get a false sense of security for these for these games up until it comes to purchase time and no one's there.
He's out of line, but he's right.
But when we have people like James Stevenson talking about, you know, we got to have our team not go online because it's harmful to the psyche, the mental health of the team. What?
Yeah, that's crazy. What? That's crazy, bro.
Bro.
You are delivering a product to millions of people. And you know people are not going to like it. Some people are not going to like it.
People criticizing your game is now causing mental health issues on the team. I'm going to be kind of frank with y'all. Then y'all are a bunch of bitches.
But my boy, he went crazy.
Maybe you guys are in the wrong industry. Maybe you need to go to a different industry, bruh. Maybe y'all need to go to, I don't know, an industry that doesn't, I don't know, generate criticism from fans who love an IP.
I mean, that's correct. That is absolutely correct.
Maybe go pick flowers. Maybe you guys should start up a flower company. That's what it should be. Insomniac, instead of Insomniac Games, it should be Insomniac Gems or something. Do diamonds, right? Go into flower making, go into, I don't know, mattress making, go there. If people criticizing your game is causing people on the team to have mental health issues.
What a little bitch.
Anyways, guys, that's the video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm sure there are those who will probably disagree, but I think there's an overwhelming audience who is going to agree, who's going to be like, yeah, you know what? I think we deserve more for our $80 games, especially when they're talking about, hey, they're going fully digital. Like what?
That's facts. I mean, I get that. I get it. Trust me.
I think there has to be people out there who is going to take the shield for the player, for the customer, all right? Because if you're not a customer, then you're just a consumer. And they, you know, and at that point in time, what are we doing, bro? They can put out anything, and people will be like, oh, whoa, whoa, ooh. And
bro, it's crazy.
Not what many, including myself, want for the industry. We want to see a progression. We want to see, you know, even Insomniac Games go above and beyond. We want Insomniac Games to do the same level of a Rockstar, of a Rockstar.
That would be great.
You know,
just prepare yourself for how long it's going to take to get the games.
We want quality. But I get it. Not everybody. You know, if everybody is super, then no one is.
Exactly.
Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, subscribe. Until next time, guys, keep animating.
So let's go ahead real quick. Let's like the video. That was a good video. This video is pretty long. I'm sorry that it's so long. But, you know, he had made a 24-minute video. And I didn't want to just watch it without any kind of commentary. I wanted to get my little thoughts off in, you know, how I felt about what was going on. Now, I will say this. I will say that Lucas has some really good points. The main thing that I will say that I did not really care about was the hypocrisy when it comes to what they can do from, what they can take from 20-year-old games. You're okay with taking mechanics. You're okay with taking just ideas. But when it comes to boss battles, that's a no-go. They can't do that. And I'm like, come on, let's be real. You feel me? I will say Caboose in his video, because I did watch Caboose's video before this video came out, and I will say that he did not look good in the video. His critiques he didn't look too great. Overall, there are people that are genuinely excited for this game. They're not shills. They're not even YouTubers. There are people that just like, they're looking at a Wolverine game coming out. Wolverine may happen to be their favorite character, and they're excited to be able to play their favorite character. Will they like the game? Time will tell. You know what I'm saying? But that's what these trailers and these gameplay footages is for. It's for you to make that decision and for you to bite the bullet if you want to buy the game or not. If you don't like the game, even if it's for the face, if you think that his face looks bad, his face does not represent Wolverine to your liking, then you have the power to not support this game. If the gameplay and the story does not look like it's to your liking, then you have the power to not support this game. And that's all the power for the most part that you have. I mean, you could come together as a community and try to make a change, but there's certain things that I think that is just too late for. The game comes out in less than a month. You know what I'm saying? But overall, from what I've seen, I feel like I'm gonna enjoy it. I don't know yet. We'll see. I'm gonna play it live on this YouTube channel, and you'll see my live reaction. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I'll be honest about it. You know, I love Spider-Man 2. I have gripes with the story, but it's not to the point that I think it's an awful game. I think the game was great. I mean, I give it like an 8 out of 10. You know what I mean? But overall, Lucas has some good points. Caboose did not make himself look the greatest in his video. So if I had to give the edge to anybody, it probably would be to Lucas. But overall, you know, if you like the game, get the game. If you don't get it. It's not gonna hurt you. It'll hurt the developer. It'll let them know that they made a mistake. But anyways, guys, this video is going on to be way too long. And I apologize if you had to dip out of here. I understand. But I will see y'all in the next video. Make sure you please like, share, comment, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Let's get to 500 subscribers. And I will talk to y'all in the next video. Take care. Peace out.